Today we will be looking at a 15-minute day trading strategy. Who am I? I am DP Roberts, and for years I've been testing hundreds of trading indicators and strategies here on this channel, and I am constantly testing more. I've compiled all that information into spreadsheets and used it to create a profitable trading strategy with custom indicators. We have an amazing community on Discord where we help you become a profitable trader, and you will get access to our custom indicators as well as the spreadsheets of hundreds of tested indicators and strategies when you become a Patreon member. So even if this strategy isn't great, we have you covered. Links below in the description. Alright, as I said, today we are looking at a 15-minute day trading strategy. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 81 different strategies. We've tested a total of 881 indicators, and we've tested a total of 80 indicators in the retesting stage. If you're interested in the full list of indicators and strategies that we have tested, just join our Patreon. You'll get access to all the Excel of the information that we've compiled on the testing. Now, keep in mind that we test most of the strategies and indicators on the Forex and crypto market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Alright, so today we are looking at a 15-minute day trading strategy. And so this is a modified version of the strategy that we have created here on the channel. And this particular strategy here, again, we have modified it a little bit to work with an additional pair. And so this pair is the Great Britain pound versus the Canadian dollar. And the indicators down here on screen are the indicators that Mike from Upright Trading has put together, basically condensing all the indicators of that strategy into one indicator. Mike does an amazing job of coding and creating indicators. He has quite a few indicators of his own that I highly recommend you check out. But like I said, this one is the one that he created from the strategy that we have developed here on the channel. Now, there's actually two of them here on screen. And so the bottom one down here is the default version. So as soon as you put that indicator on screen. Now, at the moment, we haven't released this indicator to anyone, but I think I'll talk with Mike and we'll see about releasing this indicator to some of the patrons. He is still in the process of testing and developing it and kind of making tweaks to it, but I think it's to the point to where we can at least start allowing some of the patrons to use it. Now, again, this is the default version here on screen, this particular one here. The one up here is the same indicator, but I went in and turned off just about everything on this except for the buy and sell signals. And there's a couple of faint kind of areas here that I wasn't able to turn off after kind of tweaking and playing with it a little bit. Maybe there's a way. I know that Mike usually cringes whenever I go in and start turning everything off on indicators and making significant kind of tweaks to it. But you can see here in the settings under style, I've turned everything off but the buy and sell tags there. I went in here and I believe turn off all these settings here, turn off this setting and that setting, and make this opacity 100, and it should give you what you see right here. And really what I'm looking for specifically was just these buy and sell tags. Now, Mike generally builds in a lot of great information into his indicators, visual information that you can use to make other decisions rather than just your buy and sell kind of information. But I isolated it out again just to show those buy and sell signals because that's all I was really looking for. Now, again, you can use a lot more of this indicator for other information. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of that one and take a look at this one right here and what we have going on down here. So down at the bottom of the screen here is the ATR. So just your average true range. So type in ATR, you'll bring that up. And when it comes up, it will actually look like this here without this black line. And so we have the ATR on screen. It's basically just a line. So what I did was I went in and I turned that line into a columns like this here. And then what I did was I went up here and I took a horizontal line like this and I put it at the 0.00100 coordinate like this right here. Now what we have is kind of a baseline for when the ATR is kind of running very high. So when we have a lot of really high ranged bars taking place, then it's kind of sorting that out. When the columns are below this black line, that means that the bars are pretty calm and we're not getting a lot of bars that are spiking outside of the average true range. And when price or when the columns are above that line, that means we have a lot of volatility in the market and prices moving maybe more than what we want to be able to enter into a trade. And so the setup on this is pretty easy, especially when using Mike's indicator here. So we have these red and green sell and buy tags right here. Again, just like I set up on the settings. And what we're looking for is when we get a sell tag like this and the columns here are below this black line, then that is a sign then to go short. And then everything else is just like we did in the original strategy video. I'll link to that one at the end of this video so that way you can go back and look at the more in-depth version. But to just glance over it real quick, I'm going to look for price to come down a little bit farther on a short position. I'm not going to enter right into it. Kind of want to see price continue in that downward direction. And then once we've entered into it, I'm then going to measure up to the last swing high here, which is about 11 pips roughly. And then I'm going to shoot for an 11 pip take profit. A little bit short on that one, but you see it came down and got us to that 11 pips right there. Same way with the buy side over here. So once I get a buy signal and the columns are below this black line right here, that's again a signal to go long. I'm going to look for price to move upward a little bit more before I jump into it, just to kind of confirm that price is going to move. And so for example, if I zoom in real tight here on this and move this line over, you see this top wick right here. I definitely look for price to break above that top wick. That's usually a pretty good kind of area to look for a break of. And then once that happens again, we're targeting the last swing low, and I usually do the candle bodies and not the actual wick. So we're at about 14 pips altogether. It looks like it comes down here, but the stop is actually going to be 10 pips below this area right here, these this last swing low. So you see that our stop, you get an idea of what we're doing here. So we got about 25 pips there, and we're looking for about 15 pips on the upside here, something like that there. And you see that it came up and got us to our take profit again really nicely there. So again, if you want to watch the original videos with more detail on it, then go ahead and click on the video that I'll link to at the end of this video here. But the numbers on this was out of the 50 trade test that I did, we got 40 winning trades. We got 10 losing trades, going to put us at an 80% win rate using this setup. Now this indicator and the other indicators that Mike has developed for the strategy are for the patrons only. And so if you're interested in this indicator, then just join our patron program and you'll get access to those. So All right, I'm going to stop rambling on here. This video is getting a little long. I hope you enjoyed this strategy. I hope it's helpful for you. And again, we've expanded into another pair, and we've kind of addressed the large candle issue that we've discussed a few times on the Discord. When these candles just spike wildly out of control, you want to avoid taking those really high ranged candles as an entry. And so this will kind of resolve that. I haven't tested this on the other pairs yet, so it might need some tweaking with this ATR setting, but all in all, it's a pretty sound idea to use, or a pretty sound strategy to add this into it. So, all right, like I said, I'm going to cut it here so that way things don't get too much longer, and we will move on to the next video from here.